Welcome to the Poor Man's Gourmet Kitchen, where we share gourmet recipes at a low-budget wonder. Now check this out. Using my pizza dough recipe, I've been teaching you how to make fantastic pizzas like this for years, whether you're using a pizza pan in the oven or a pizza stone to get incredible results like this. I've even taught you how to make strombolis and calzones. How about the old classic margarita pizza? The original margarita, that is. And today, we're going to go outside where I can teach you how to make wood-fired pizza using Big Horn's Pellet Pizza Oven. And this is their 12-inch model, and it's completely portable. On top, you've got your fuel hopper where you add the pellets. On the bottom, you've got your firebox with a pellet grid to keep them from falling through to the ashtray, where you can dump out all the ashes when you're done and it's cooled off. And as you can see, everything slides together fairly easy. Now you want to start out with 2 scoops of pellets. And if we remove the oven door and take a look inside, you can see we've got a 12-inch stone that fits nicely in there for a 12-inch pizza. This chimney you can watch and regulate the smoke, which is one of the most important signals to let you know whether you're heating this oven properly or not. You need to use a torch right here in the front corner of the firebox to get it started. And once you see a whole line across the front, nice flames like this, you can insert it into the oven. These ovens aren't insulated, so you have to have flames across the top like this to heat up that stone on the bottom. Otherwise it won't cook right. But when you see smoke like this that's just thin and clear, almost a mirage, then the oven's heating properly. And it takes about 20 minutes to get to full capacity. And right here on the top is where you load the pellets. And they give you this nifty little tool here, which is essential. Do not touch this firebox or the top of this chute right here without it, or you will get burned. Safety first. Now, if you pack frozen foods in your cooler, like these carrots and these green beans, you won't have to have ice. And these things heat up very well in this. Raw shrimp, burgers, corn on the cob, salmon, bacon, meatballs, smoked sausage, mushrooms, lunchbox sweet peppers. All perfect for the pellet pizza oven. But how about my famous pizza dough? If you don't already have a good recipe, I'll leave a link for this down in the description below. Now it's time to check in on our oven. You can see we still got some flame in there, but we need to check the chute. There, the pellets are red. We need to add pellets. And you're going to constantly be doing this, but don't add more than 1 cup at a time and see how it handles it. You don't want to choke out that flame and get stuck with some thick smoke. It smothers it. It doesn't cook well that way. Watch the smoke thicken for just a second and start to thin out. Now, just for fun, and to give you something else to see cook in this thing, I put together a quesadilla here we're going to cook. Slide that right in, set it down. We're going to close the oven door, always. And you literally only wait about 15 seconds. And if you notice smoke like this, you need to start paying attention to those pellets. You also have to turn your quesadilla, or your food, or your pizza, 1/4 to 1/3 of a turn. But if you look in the back there, where we have the pellet hopper, it's burping out some flame. That's a good sign, because now we're getting back on track with our smoke. And that looks delicious. Fold it in half and we'll add it back to the oven. Get that grilling proper. Now it's important that you understand that I opened that fuel hopper when I noticed thick and heavy smoke. It's what clears it out. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you realize that's how you do it, the flames straighten out. See that on top of that oven? Now it's running perfect again. And check out this little quesadilla. One side cooked a little bit more than the other, which tells me the stone isn't fully heated yet. But that looks delicious. Got something to snack on now while I prepare the other food. Potatoes I chop into thick chunks and parboil for 10 minutes. I do the same thing with the corn on the cob. Then season with butter and garlic, a little bit of olive oil, and we can throw that right in there. Now here I'm not going to be able to get the lid closed. I'm going to set it right on top of the handle to contain most of that flame. Mostly interested in seeing if this works. Now's a good time to bite into this quesadilla. Got a little bit of wait time on those potatoes.
That's so good.
After about a minute, I check in on it. You can see the flame's still good and you can hear it sizzling. So all you want to do is just work this back and forth so you can sear all sides. And here's what I ended up with. So as you can see, it's perfectly possible to cook potatoes in the pizza oven. How about these meatballs? I cooked those in there as well. Let's try the salmon. Most of you already know how to cook, so you understand the principle of turning and watching your heat. So you can see that cooked the salmon pretty good. So let's go ahead and bite into it. I like my salmon medium rare. You can see there in the middle, it's got the medium tone to it. Let's try it.
That's perfect. My wife's gonna love that.
What about shrimp? Got these all buttered and seasoned. Let's throw those in. Flame still looks good. But keep in mind, in between, I am adding pellets. Now, everybody knows that shrimp cook within a minute to 2 minutes, depending on their size. So I just shake them up a little bit here, make sure they're not scorching. It's cooking evenly, top and bottom seams. All you want to do is turn it around and get it closer to the flame on that other side. And here's what we ended up with. Look here on the other sides. See? Fully cooked, ready to go. Now underneath these fresh lunchbox peppers, I have layered mushrooms with some seasoning and garlic butter. Now this time I waited about a whole minute before I opened it up. You can see we've got nice roasted peppers here. That's the way I like it here. Just want to flip them all. And if you don't like your peppers so scorched, just go less time. We'll put it back in the oven again for another minute. And there, as you can see, we got the same results. Just going to stir that up here a little bit so you can really see how the mushrooms did underneath. I think it looks great. Can't wait to try it. I mean, look at this whole platter right there. I mean, that's a meal in itself. All there without even the pizza done. Semolina pasta flour is the secret to keep your dough from sticking to the peel. Just add it to a bowl like this. Now, one of the things that makes my dough so tasty is the fermentation process. This dough has gone 3 days in the refrigerator fermenting. And I just toss both sides of a ball in a bowl with that semolina and then add it to the counter. Then start pressing it out. I like to add a little more semolina flour to the counter. Now, if you don't have this, you can use cornmeal. That'll be a good substitute. By the way, this is exactly half of one of my normal pizza dough recipes for a large. And I'm going to press this into about a 12-inch pizza. If you're inexperienced, you might want to go ahead and stretch this dough over the peel before you start adding your sauce and toppings. You'll also want to consider whether you're adding your sauce hot or cold. It makes a little bit of a difference. Mine's cold. Just a cheese pepperoni pizza is what we're going to start with today. Now the only thing I'm going to cut out here is the waiting time. So we're going to go in and we're going to put the oven door on and we're going to wait exactly 30 seconds. Then open the oven door. Use your pizza peel to get under there. And I like to use these tongs so you don't risk burning yourself. But you want to rotate this a quarter to a third of the way. Just pay attention to what's cooking, what isn't. It cooks better in the back. Door closed, 30 seconds more. Then go back in for another look-see and a rotate. Again with the peel and the tongs. You can see where it needs to be cooked more. Just push it towards the back. Now only 20 seconds. because it's hot in there. It doesn't need as much time. At this point, I like to check the bottom, see how we're doing. You can see right here that cheese isn't melted completely yet, so we'll push that to the back. I'm going to wait 15 seconds. I know it's just unreal how quick this cooks, but really, that's all it takes. 1.5 to 2 minutes and your pizza's done. I mean, look at this. It's right there, right? I think maybe we'll go ahead and go back in just for another bit. I like a little more color on the outside crust. 20 seconds. So I don't know. You tell me. Is that done enough for you? If not, put it back in. But it's good enough for me. Check out the bottom. It's good enough for me. Now let's get it inside and cut it up. Now I don't know why it scorched some pepperoni and others it didn't. But you know what? It's all going to taste the same. I'm just going to cut this into 4 pieces. Nah, let's go ahead and do 8. Listen. Hear that rolling through that crust? That sound is perfection. Well, let's take a look at this piece here. Do a full investigation of the bottom. Yeah, not much flop. I know they're little pieces, but I think if I did a 14 to a 16-inch piece, it would hold. You know? Let's try it. Definitely cheesy enough. Look at that undercarriage. Hear that? And you only get the top and the bottom just right if you feed those pellets in a way that's smooth, clear smoke. If it's smoky and it's smothered, you're not going to get these results. You're going to have a problem. Woo! So once it's cooled down enough, you can remove the firebox by hand and dispose of the ashes. And you can fold up the back of the legs, same with the front. The chimney easily twists out, and you can remove the top as well. And you just store this right inside your pellet pizza oven. Even that handle twists off if you want to. And it only weighs about 25 pounds to move it. So as you can see, you can cook a lot more than just pizzas on this thing. It's pretty incredible. I found that the things that cook the fastest, things like the fish, the shrimp, things that are cooked all the way through, like the vegetables, if you do a pre-cook or buy them pre-cooked, they just reheat to the middle and put a nice sear on the outside, and you're ready to go. So if you think like that, you can practically do just about anything. Pineapple. I forgot about a pineapple that I was going to put on this video. Ham, steak, burgers, you know, you can just throw them in a tray, put them in there, and they'll cook right up. The most important thing on this pellet pizza oven is the smoke. You get that to where it's nice and thin and pretty much just a heat wave, like a mirage. That's when you're cooking good. If you've got a thick, heavy smoke, you've got to adjust that. Okay? So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but hopefully I helped you get through it. If you're interested in buying one of these things, I've got some links down below with discount codes. So check that out, definitely for Prime Day or on their website. And there you have it. Bighorn's Pellet Pizza Oven, right here in the Poor Man's Gourmet Kitchen. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stop by PoorMansGourmetKitchen.com for more recipes and exact ingredients.